Hi guys, and welcome back to Dream Queen. We're done. No, we're not done. We are back with Pisces. If you have any questions as to what it is that I do and how I get the songs and everything, I call it PERLA'S gift. All the information is down below on the description. So, Pisces, what's going on? The song is Torn by Natalie something. I can't even read my own handwriting. Bound and broken on the floor. You're a little late, I'm already torn. What's the verse? The energy, the feminine energy that I'm trying to sense here, not trying, that I'm sensing is things that are trying to come back from the past to hunt you, to torn, to break you. It's like, nah, sweetie, I already dealt with that. That's done and over with. That's done and over with. That's done and over with. And then the masculine energy are fighting things that are trying to, in the physical world, trying to break them, whether it's career-wise, families, whoever it is. And it's like, they're so done with constantly putting themselves in position or in situations that people only want to break them. So it's like they're done with that. They realize, like, this is not life. This is not what I'm supposed to be living. So we have our water and our candle. The feminine energy, again, this can be either you're a Pisces or your person is a Pisces. But the energy that I'm sensing with the feminine, it's like, you've been through the worst. You've healed as much as you possibly could, in the sense, as much as was revealed to you, as much as came up. And those of you that are still in that energy of healing, it's like it's almost over, because you're done making excuses not to put the work in you. You're done with blaming other people, accepting your responsibility when it comes to how you are allowed other people's words to affect you. The masculine energy is literally like torn between this is probably for a specific one of you. A situation they want to walk away from, but they feel attached to. Not emotionally, but more of a responsibility type of thing. So it can be they have kids with somebody, or they're married, or whatever it is. Their parents live with them, or their sister just moved into town and she's living with, whatever it is. It's like they feel like they're responsible for other people, and they're trying to figure out a way to be able to move towards their DF, but without making those people that they're responsible for, without making them feel less in his life. If that makes any sense. And this is bringing up a lot of anxiety, a lot of sleepless nights. And I wouldn't be surprised if you're having them as well, because right now my heart is like it's gonna be okay. The anxiety that is coming up is because they know they have to move forward. They know that they cannot continue in the same situation that they are in right now. some of them are going to completely go inward and just shut everything off. And some are just going to act out of impulse and move forward and then try and figure things out later with the responsibility. Regardless of, you know, those that choose to go inward, the hermit, whatever you want to call it, is because they're trying to find a logical way to do things. Because they feel like the emotions that they're having right now are really overpowering. And those that choose to go forward and just move towards their DF without thinking twice about how they're going to figure out their responsibility, how, like, you know, allowing those people, like if they have kids or their mother, whatever, that they still, you know, care for them. As soon as they, oh my God, everybody needs sleep. Go sleep, because I already took my nap. They're in that, as soon as they take that first step forward, they're just gonna know exactly how it is that things are gonna work out. The ones in hermit mode are more, like the ones that are gonna go inward, are trying to shake off that feeling of what are people going to say, what are people going to think. The ones that are just moving forward really can care less what people have to think or say, because they're done with that. They've dealt with that. But it's like they're rushing into, like, towards you, and then there's this energy like, how could you do this to us? Judging them. So those that are going to rush in, just be mindful when, if, you know, like I said, whether you're a Pisces or your DM is a Pisces, but if he rushes in, be careful with the words that you choose to use when he decides to vent towards you in regards to how he feels that he has let certain people down, whether it be the ex-wife or the kids or whatever. Because if you choose to act in a judgmental way like everybody else in his life has done, he's going to pull away. He may still physically stay with you because he just left his ex-wife or he just left his parents' house or whatever. But emotionally, you're going to see him retreat. And you don't want that. Now, when you have put in the work, now when he has taken such a brave step forward, it's like if he's venting, just listen. There's no need for you to say anything, but just listen. You don't have to give him advice, because whatever he chooses to do at the moment, it is the right thing, because his soul is pushing him to do it. So you could just and if he wants to vent, let him vent. Because I don't know why I'm feeling like some of you are going to retreat into that. You know, she's just mad, or your mama has never liked me. Like, don't, because that, first of all, that is what those that are going inward are afraid of. So they're going inward because they want to have all their ducks in a row before they come up to you, because then they're going to feel like they have to deal with certain things when they come towards you. And those that are rushing in are like, okay, is she going to understand how I feel, like, you know, because of my responsibility, or is she going to act the same way? And that's also like adding to the anxiety. So just be very, 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 very mindful of that, please. for those that are, he's going to take his time to align everything. You're going to start, communication is going to start between the two of you very slowly. Whereas with the other group, I want to keep saying like they're just going to show up at your door. But it can also be like, you know, an actual phone call like, hey, we need to talk like now. This has been a long time battle for the DM's energy. To leave behind responsibilities that they feel that if they leave behind, they're going to be completely judged. So just be mindful of that when the conversations start and stuff like that. Oh, God. It's like I want to dig a hole in the ground and go into it until I'm done. That's like the energy that I'm sensing. Like, can I just go in here until I figure everything out, and then I'll come out and it's like, poof, I can just run and do what I want to do. And I don't want to say some, but there is one particular DM, and that is going to be communicated to you directly, who has been raising, and I don't like saying things like this, honestly, but has been raising a child that is not his. And I don't know if, because regardless of them finding out that the child is not theirs, they're still going to want to be responsible for this kid because they've been in this child's life for a long time. That's also going to bring a lot of questioning as to who they've trusted in their life, and a lot of clarity as to who you are in their life. Feels heavy because it's like gonna break this person. So I feel like it's like this is like his little girl. I don't know why I want to say girl. I'm going to pull out a card for his energy to see how you can help him, balancing what part of yourself you can help him kind of stay grounded. And one for yours. So his energy is in the moon. Take note of intuitive message. So remember how I said I wanted to take out a card to see how you can help him. So things are going to come up to you intuitively. When certain things come up, just be aware of them so that when he starts talking, whether he's in the, you know, inward moment or he rushed towards you, when you speak, you're speaking from your soul and not from your logical mind, because all the clarity that he's going to need are going to come basically straight from your mouth. And the energy that he sees you with is stag. Trust and thrive. Because he's going to trust what you're saying, because you're not going to be speaking from judgment. You're not going to be talking from blame. So he's going to trust you fully. And he knows that, especially for those that are going to find out that that's not his daughter, they know that it was meant to happen in an essence this way, because I feel like that takes away some of the responsibility, heaviness of things. Even though they're still going to choose to be there for the child, I'm not exactly sure if that's going to continue on, but they're willingly wanting to. But that's not clear to me whether the mother or the real father is going to allow that to happen once the real father finds out, because it's going to blow up into like a big thing. But they, because of the type of conversation, the type of responses that they're going to get from you when you guys talk, they're going to be able to trust you and know that regardless of whatever happens, you two can always thrive, always move forward. That was heavy. I am going to let the candle finish burning, because I feel for that man. I mean, I don't know how everybody is. I'm a daddy's girl. I'm not even gonna lie. And my father has other daughters. But when you're there to see, and he has one son. I have a brother and 2 sisters. But when you're there to see a child actually be born and hold them seconds after they're born and sleep with them on your chest that night, that is a huge bond that you form. Fortunately and unfortunately, in my case, I was the only child my father was able to do that with. For the other, my brother and my sisters, he wasn't able to. He was either out of the country or not physically able to be there. But I was born out of the country, but my mom left the States when she was pregnant with me, and my father followed like a couple of months later because they wanted to have me in their country, Dominican Republic. But I have always been viewed as his favorite, or the one that he loves the most. And it's not true. He loves all of us the same. It's just we form that trust bond from the minute I got out of my mom's womb. So it was a different type of connection. And I've had one of my best friends that I met in high school. Oh, I met him when I was in 7th or 8th grade. When we were in high school, he was actually raising a child. And we were seniors in high school. So I think he found out who was a junior or a sophomore. I don't remember. Yeah, I come from Passaic, Jersey. But basically his mother used to pick up the baby boy on the weekends and stuff like that. And for almost 2 years, if I'm not mistaken, he raised this child as his own, getting him on the weekends, paying child support. Like, you know, he had to get a job after school and all of that stuff to pay. And found out 2 years that the child wasn't his, that it was actually her ex. Fast forward like 8 or 10 years later, he gets into a relationship with somebody else. He falls head over heels for this person. And they end up having a fight or whatever. She ends up getting pregnant. They had sex, but she had sex with somebody else. So the entire pregnancy, he doesn't know that this is the same person, if the child is his or not. Turned out that it wasn't his. And then he met another girl who had a daughter. And the daughter had a gorgeous relationship with her father and everything. But he formed a bond with the daughter. And, I mean, he would come over and visit me. Like, I'm like almost 2 hours away, and I could call him. Like I remember back before he was married and stuff, I could call him and be like, I need you, and he would run over, and you know, I would cry, and we would drink and just watch shows, and my kids were always like drawn to him and stuff. But I remember us talking when he first met her, and you know, and I told him, I was like, well, and he told me, he was like, well, she has a kid already. And I'm like, so what? Isn't that what you want? Somebody that can be an actual mother and knows who the father is or whatever. And they broke up, and I told them, and I was like, you know, and then they got back together. And I think it was probably like a year or two after they got back together, she got pregnant. And you know, he still has a beautiful bond with her daughter, and she has her father. She sees her father on the weekends. Like, she has a great relationship with her father. But I feel the experience of forming a bond with another child before having your own can actually help you appreciate it even more when you have your own. And when I used to have social media, because I don't have it anymore, he would post pictures of his son, but he would always post pictures of his stepdaughter and him, because regardless of anything, she was there first. So yes, he has his son who's blood, but he's also been in this little girl's life for like 6-7 years now. So it's, you know, and I don't know why I'm saying that. I guess maybe that is something that he's gonna have to hear. It's, you know, just because she's not your child by blood, you still have that bond with her, because that's sitting very heavy with me, and I want to just cry, because I've seen personally what it does to a man. And my friend wasn't even a man at the time. He was still a teenager the first time. But you know, it's that, for whoever that specific message is for, it's going to be a tough situation. Definitely feel free to reach out if you need to. I'm going to end it there. Guys, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.